So welcome back, and we go to the next segment of our today's session. We are doing this lovely book, Ikigai, and we have already done 2 chapters from this book. We are trying to go very slow because this is a practical book. This is not just a story or just some philosophical, knowledge or something. It is actually a practical book. It's like conducting these practicals week after week. So now we are on the 3rd chapter. The first 2 were quite simple. The first one was just giving the details of this little place in Japan where people, live up to a very nice, good old age, and that also very, very happily. So it gave the meaning of the word Ikigai. Okay. And then after that, we did in the first chapter, we did the art of staying young while growing old. So what was their art? They had all found their Ikigai. That means they had all found their purpose of living, what they were good at, what they were very compassionate about, very passionate about, and they could generate a little money from there, and also something which was required by the world. So whatever fitted these parameters, they said this is their Ikigai, and everybody has their own Ikigai. We are all unique people, as Sanjana ma'am today said in the meditation. We are all unique people. हम सबका अपना अपना है. What जो मेरा Ikigai है need not be yours, and जो आपका है need not be Sanjana ma'am. So everybody has their own Ikigai. So how are we going to find that? And then the second chapter was very interesting. That was little things that add up to a long and a happy life. Anti-aging secrets. Nothing expensive. We don't have to buy anything over the counter. We don't have to go through any procedures, nose job or chin job or this job. Nothing like that. But very, very subtle procedures. How we can make that rabbit run at the same speed. What is that rabbit? That rabbit is the speed in which technology is developing. So he said that technology जितनी speed से develop कर रही है, हमारा gap बढ़ता जा रहा है between the rabbit and us. And what is the rabbit? Rabbit is holding that placard जिसके ऊपर हमारी number of year, हमारी death का year लिखा हुआ है, right? वो rabbit लेके भाग रहा है. Rabbit is the technology. तो जितनी speed से technology आगे जा रही है, उतना हमारी lifespan बढ़ता जा रहा है. This is what he meant. But then the scientists also say that maximum हम इसको 120 तक ले जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसके बाद हमारे बॉडी के सेल्स डिवाइड होना बंद हो जाते हैं. So this is again still a debate, but still 120 is also not a bad deal. अगर हम 120 तक भी we are able to live a good life, I think it's worth it. So we go to the next chapter now. That is the 3rd one. How to, again, it says from logotherapy to Ikigai. Now, logotherapy was one technique which was given by, this person, Viktor Frankl. So logotherapy क्या चीज है, उससे कैसे हम अपना life purpose find out. So 2-3 techniques वो बताते हैं which you can adopt if you really want to fasten the process of finding your life's purpose. Along with our meditation, we can have a little knowledge about all these things. मैं अपना slide share कर रही हूँ. I will just show you a few slides which I have prepared on this. Can you all see this? Yes, guys, just tell me, can you see this?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So he says, okay, now this is this guy, Viktor Frankl. वो क्या बोलते हैं? Logotherapy consider man as the being whose main concern consists in fulfilling a meaning and in actualizing values rather than in the mere gratification and satisfaction of drives and instincts. In simpler words, he just means that एक man जो है वो अपना कुछ meaning लेके इस life में आया है. हम ऐसे free में नहीं आ गए यहाँ पे, without anything की गलती से आ गए. We definitely have something to fulfill, and if we don't do that, we have to keep coming back again and again, right? So वो कैसे हम अब ये नहीं सोचना कि अरे हम तो इतने एज के हो गए, 40 के हो गए, 50 के हो गए, 60 के हो गए, अब तो बहुत लेट हो गया. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Everything has been planned. हम सोचते हैं हम सारी प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. This planning was done even before we came here. So everything is planned. So whatever is coming in your plate now, it is destined to come. That is why it is coming. So जब बोलते हैं ना जैसे when the thing has to happen, it will happen. So हम सिर्फ यहाँ पे अपने खाने पीने और अपनी ऐसे ही desires खत्म करने के लिए नहीं आए हैं. We definitely have a bigger purpose in life. So now for that, he has given this very beautiful therapy, which is called the logotherapy. And I'll just explain a little about that. So he says a person who is not living his life with any meaning or purpose is basically a waste. So हमें अपना life's purpose definitely consciously find out करना है. तो जैसे वो 4 पैरामीटर्स हैं जो वेन डायग्राम, रिमेंबर द वेन डायग्राम जो ये बुक के पीछे भी है, दिस वेन डायग्राम जो मैंने आपको दिखाया था, दैट इज व्हाट यू लव, व्हाट यू आर गुड एट, व्हाट यू कैन बी पेड फॉर एंड व्हाट द वर्ल्ड्स नीड. अगर ये सारी चीजों में फिट इन कर रहा है एनी एक्टिविटी, एनीथिंग यू वांट टू डू, सो दैट कुड बी योर इकिगाई. ओके, एंड माइंड यू नो इट कैन कीप चेंजिंग ऑल्सो. जरूरी नहीं है जो आपका लाइफ पर्पस 10 साल पहले था. Now, say 20 years back, my kids were small. So obviously my life's purpose की priority थोड़ी सी फर्क थी. I could not, I mean, that was my life's purpose. I had to take care of them. Now they are grown up. So now also if I'm going to be after them in the same way, I'm going to cause conflict. Right? Now, once your kids have grown up, we have to leave them on their own to make their little decisions at least. हम अभी भी उनके अगर पीछे पड़े रहेंगे, so हमारे relationships में problem आएगी. So your life's purpose keeps changing with time. Okay? This is a little about Viktor Frankl. He was born in 1905, grew up learning the theories of Sigmund Freud and Alfred Adler. That means उनका शुरू से interest definitely towards spirituality था. Having graduated from the University of Vienna Medical School in 1930, he went up to become the director of neurological department of the Rothschild Hospital. In 1942, now this is the major change which came in his life. His life abruptly changed when the Frankl was deported to a Nazi concentration camp along with his family. While struggling to survive in the Nazi camp, drawing from his experiences as well as observation, he developed the theory of logotherapy. Now, वहां पे भी he did not give up कि अरे मैं तो prisoner of war हो गया हूँ और मेरे साथ ये problem. He developed the theory of logotherapy, which claimed that through a search for meaning in life, individuals can endure and overcome suffering. तो उसकी life में ये जो suffering आई, तो उसने कहा कि इससे कैसे मैं इसको face करूं. तो उन्होंने, please try to hear this carefully. उन्होंने बोला people जिनकी लाइफ में कोई पर्पस होता है are able to endure suffering faster. हमारे भी जैसे मूवीज में नहीं दिखाते like a person who जिसके हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई है something and she says my life is over, this that, and then somebody brings a little child and says आपको इसके लिए जीना है. So you have to have a reason जिसके लिए जीना है. So only if you have a reason you are able to survive. People who do not have a reason to go on, they are the ones who suffer depression or they go into, silence. Silence in the sense, not in that bliss silence. Silence means loneliness. So loneliness or being alone mein farak hai. We people can enjoy being alone. In fact, sometimes we'd rather be alone. But loneliness means when you are suffocating in your own company. So कहते ना, if you're not in the best company when you're with yourself, then there's something wrong. The bore वही होता है who is lonely. And lonely कब feel करेंगे आप? When you are not happy with yourself. So logotherapy literally means therapy through meaning. Frankl believes that humans are motivated by their suffering. तो suffering से वो motivate होकर, how I have to come out of this suffering, और वो कब होगा? Only when you have some reason to live. Something to live for. Okay? So a study conducted by Frankl in his Vienna clinic found that among both patients and personals, around 80% believed that human beings needed a certain reason for living. And around 60% felt that they had someone or something in their lives worth dying for. Okay? So, वो एक क्वेश्चन पूछता है लोगों से, वो बोलता है कि आप सुसाइड क्यों नहीं करते? तो इमिडिएटली आपके मन में क्या आएगा? अरे आई हैव अ फैमिली, आई हैव चिल्ड्रन, आई हैव टू लुक आफ्टर देयर फ्यूचर, तो हाउ कैन आई जस्ट फिनिश माई सेल्फ? तो दैट विल कीप यू गोइंग. It's a very rude way of asking, but yes, अपने मन में सोचो, why am I not ending my life? Because there are certain things, and अगर नहीं मिल रहा आपको आंसर, then you have to go deep within to find the reason. कोई ना कोई रीजन आपको मिलेगा ही मिलेगा जो उन पैरामीटर्स में फिट हो रहा है. That will become your reason. Okay. The search for purpose became a personal driving force that allowed Frankl to achieve his goal. तो उनका purpose क्या था? He started writing a book over there. You know, he started writing notes and all. But वो भी उसे confiscate कर लिया गया थे. These Nazis, they took that from him. And he did not give up still. He did not give up. उन्होंने अपने mental notes बनाए and later he याद करके क्या क्या points उन्होंने लिखे थे, he again developed this therapy. Okay, so he says the purpose of logotherapy can be summarized in these 5 steps. I'm just reading them. A person feels empty, frustrated, or anxious. Therapist shows him that what he is feeling is a desire to have a meaningful life. जब हम frustrated feel कर रहे होते हैं, we are missing something. We want something, right? The patient discovers his life's purpose through certain procedures which he does with them. Of his own free will, the patient decides to accept or reject that destiny. The newfound passion for life helps him overcome obstacles and sorrows. That means तभी ये लोग भी in the old age, जब उनके जैसे family is now settled और सब लोग हैं, तो वो कुछ ढूंढते हैं कि क्या करें जिससे कि हम रिटायर ना हो, हम कुछ ना कुछ करते रहें. So that is logotherapy, finding out what you can do जिससे आपका लाइफ का कुछ पर्पस निकले और आप टाइम वेस्ट ना करो अपना. यू आर नॉट जस्ट वेटिंग टू डाई. यू नो, हम लोग बोलते हैं कि अरे अब तो रिटायरमेंट हो गई, बच्चों की शादियां हो गई, उनके बच्चे हो गए, अब हमें क्या करना है, अभी तो वी हैव टू वेट. तो उस वेट में क्या होता है? वी अट्रैक्ट प्रॉब्लम्स, वी अट्रैक्ट डिजीजेस, एंड देन वी थिंक दिस इज द नेचुरल प्रोसेस कि वंस यू आर 70 तो कोई ना कोई डिजीज तो होगा ही. Something's going to come up. So what do? We start saving up to spend that in the hospital in our last years. So we are all trying that we are going to change that, and that is not going to be our end. We are not going to land up in a hospital bed. Okay. So we have to find the meaning. तो ये इसको थोड़ा सा साइकोथेरेपी से थोड़ा सा डिफरेंशिएट किया है कि what is the difference. This is the book he wrote, Man's Search for Meaning. Okay. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And if we do not change ourselves, obviously, then we will succumb to that problem. And that is how people land up being a failure. Okay. Let me go back only to that particular slide here. Yeah. So what was the major difference between a psychoanalysis and logotherapy? Logotherapy is more friendly. Logotherapy means जो patient है, patient word तो नहीं use करेंगे, the person who's under question and the person who's conducting the logotherapy, they sit across each other like friends, like you and me, like any two people, and they are talking, okay? Talking about things which are disturbing that person. Whereas in a psychoanalysis में क्या होता है? The person is actually like a patient because he's lying down on a bed and वो उसको थोड़ा सा hypnotic way से जो psychoanalyst है, he's asking him questions. So the scene changes. It's not as friendly. It is more of like a treatment. So that is the difference. In this book, he gives a number of differences between psychoanalysis and logotherapy. I'll just read the important ones. So the patient reclines on a couch like a patient in psychoanalysis, whereas in logotherapy, the patient sits facing the therapist who guides him without passing any judgments, not like a doctor. Okay. So in psychoanalysis, it is more like a retrospection, वो previous उसकी problems पूछ रहा है, is taking him back into regression or something. Whereas in logotherapy, they are just deciding what they're going to do in future, what is their purpose in life, वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, like that. ठीक है? So in psychoanalysis, it is more towards pleasure, to have a happy, I mean, it's the purpose is basically कि वो person depression से बाहर आ जाए. Whereas in logotherapy, the purpose is that the person finds his purpose in life. It is more आगे की awareness उसकी ज़्यादा खुलती है. So you should read it. It's a big page and giving a lot of differences like that between logotherapy and psychoanalysis. Okay, so I'm just going ahead now. So this is another person, Shoma Morita. Now he has also given a different technique of how you can find your life's purpose, right? Before that, I will just mention one or two cases which Frankl had given, testimonies of 2-3 people. उन्होंने कैसे logotherapy use करके they found their life's purpose. So how he made them realize that what is the purpose in your life. तो एक तो वो अपना ही केस बताते हैं कि when he was in the concentration camp, तब उनका life's purpose क्या था? He found that life purpose कि उन्होंने ये logotherapy को develop करना है. So he did not give up और वहाँ पे अपने mental notes छोटे-छोटे बनाते रहे. How I'm going to make this therapy. So that was his purpose. And that is why he was looking forward to come out and do something. तो लोग वही survive कर पाएंगे जो कुछ जैसे मैंने बोला जिनका कोई life का purpose हो. Right? A little beyond the personal purpose, not that कि मेरे बच्चे हैं या something like that. उससे भी थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा जैसे he was thinking of how he can help people who are not able to find their life's purpose, right? So that driving force made him come out from that depression and those negativities of that concentration camp. Then he further gives the examples, 1 or 2 more examples. Let me just check. Okay, he gives another case study. He says that हमें अपना जो life का purpose है वो discover करना है. We are not creating anything new. It is already there within us. मतलब हम खुद create नहीं कर रहे कुछ भी. Whatever is within us. Okay. मुझे लगा कि okay, I got a little problem. I came out of it, so I should share with my friends. How did I do it? Okay, मैंने ये किया, ये किया, ये किया. Now I'm reading these wonderful books. तो उनमें से मुझे क्या-क्या मिल रहा है? I should share with my friends. So I'm slowly developing that into my life's purpose. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि if I will be able to help even a few more to come to the right direction and not get stuck up with in the web of medication and all that, unnecessary medication, I would say, unnecessary, जिसके बिना हम handle कर सकते हैं few things. Why not? And it is so beautiful after reading all these books written by doctors. There are almost 95% diseases which are psychosomatic, which we are creating ourselves. 5% को छोड़कर 5% means कभी accident हो जाए, कभी fracture हो जाए, तो वो तो हमें help लेनी ही पड़ेगी. But the other problems which we have created ourselves are lifestyle diseases, diabetes, hypertension, जितनी भी हैं, वो हम कुछ we can handle on our own. So if I'm able to spread this awareness to a few more, I think that is enough for, calling it a life's purpose. So, which may change after 5 years. Maybe I might think of doing something else. So, I might want to go beyond that. I might start talking to people one-to-one, and trying to help them out. But what he means is life purpose can keep changing. तो वो उसने अपना दिया, फिर उसने एक American diplomat का दिया, who was, an important North American diplomat went to Franklin to pick up where he left off with the course of treatment he had started 5 years earlier in the US. उसने कोई treatment कर रहा था वो अपना, because he was too much into depression. He was not happy with his job and he was going through that treatment. So Frankel only वो psychoanalysis के पास जा रहा था, वो he was considered as a patient of depression and he was being given that treatment. But Frankl ने क्या किया? He just sat down and talked to him and he made him realize कि जो तुम कर रहे हो, you're not happy doing that. So why are you doing that? जो भी profession में तुम हो, you are not happy, you're frustrated. You don't go happy. Why don't you choose a different career? And you won't believe the minute he gave that up and he started doing what he loved doing, he was absolutely happy. So he says कि वो actual में patient तो था ही नहीं. Only he did not know what he was supposed to be doing. So in Frankl's view, the man not only didn't need all those years of psychoanalysis, he also couldn't even really be considered a patient. He was simply someone in search of a new life's purpose. As soon as he found it, his life totally took a deeper meaning. So simple. फिर एक और वो suicidal mother का example देते हैं. There's this mother who lost a child and she was so depressed she wanted to end her life. Her other child was paralyzed, जिसको वो childhood से take care कर रही होती है. So he says that if you end your life, you're even going to, she wanted to kill herself as well as that child. Okay. So he says, if you're going to do that, you're even curbing that other child from living his life's purpose. So he makes her realize that तुम्हारा life का purpose उसको take care करने का रहा है अभी तक. You have taken such good care. He compares her to another lady who's super rich. And he says, just imagine that you're lying down on your deathbed. तुम्हारे पास loads of पैसे हैं, but you're childless. And you never got an opportunity to take care of any child. So just compare. So she says, yes, I had a life purpose. That woman is dying lonely and without really doing anything in her life. So he makes him come out of that. So these kind of examples are there, you know. And there's another example he gives. Anyway. Yeah. There's this doctor who was in depression because his wife has died. So he was lonely. So he was saying, I'm in so much of depression and I loved her so much and she's gone away. So he says, see, you loved her so much. She has gone before you. Just imagine if she had gone after you, if you had gone before her. Where do you see your wife? He says, oh, she would be totally devastated because wo apne aap survival bhi nahi kar pati, then how would she have lived? So he says, see, don't you think this is a better situation that she's gone before you? You are mourning her and not the other way around. So, you know, he used to just talk people out of their depressions like that and make them realize कि उनका life का purpose कुछ और है and not just getting stuck in those little depressions of theirs. So next, I'm going to talk about this fellow. His name is Morita, right? Now he's a Japanese guy. He has also come up with a very sweet technique, which is called the Morita therapy. Very briefly, I will just tell you about that. This has 4 basic steps. The key is to not resist or rebel against the symptoms or to try to get around them by devising all sorts of tricks. मतलब हमें hypnosis में जाके हमें अपनी problems भूलना नहीं है. हमें whatever is troubling us, we don't have to run away. As I was giving you an example of that donkey. This example was, I think, given by, this donkey's example I read here. Okay, I am forgetting where I read it. Yeah, so which I was saying that if you are going to try and fight with your problems, I related it with the thoughts, you are actually just revolving around, you know, and getting more and more entangled. So if you don't do that, then you can easily, if you just accept कि हाँ भाई मैं यहाँ पे बंधा हुआ हूँ अभी तो I cannot run away. So I have to see how I'm going to come out of this. So accept them and directly as they are without shunning them. So हमें अपनी problems के साथ लड़ाई नहीं करनी है. We have to first, the 3 basic principles of his therapy is accept your feelings. I am sad. So I am sad. I don't have to act that I'm not sad. So do what you should be doing. Discover your life's purpose. So these are his 3 basic principles. So do what you should be doing. You can talk to a friend. you can talk to someone who can give you some clarity in your life. पहले तो हमने accept कर ही लेना, हाँ भाई, today I'm very sad. Now what do I do? If I can sit with my spouse or my partner or any of the child who will listen to me, I can sit and talk to that person, right? And if you, and whoever, maybe a friend or someone, and then eventually you will somewhere touch your life's purpose, okay? So this is he gives, anyway, Morita therapy hai, and then usi ke saath connected, and there's another therapy which is called the Nikan therapy. This is also a Japanese therapy, focuses on inner looking and self-cultivation, life reviews of one's relationship with a significant other, resulting in a more realistic sense of self and relationship. I'll just explain this Nikan later. Well, first let's finish off with this Morita therapy. Learning to accept and live with negative emotions without judgment, focusing on taking control of own behavior in spite of how one feels. So वही मैंने अभी आपको बोला, ये donkey का जो है fable, ये यहीं पे था. Donkey that is tied to a post by a rope will keep walking around the post in an attempt to free itself, only to become more immobilized and attached to the post. The same thing applies to people with obsessive thinking who become more trapped in their own suffering when they try to escape from their fears and discomfort. Now, 4 stages of Morita therapy. This is very cute. This is something like जैसे हमारे विपासना का retreat होता है ना, for 10 days वहां पे लेके जाते हैं. तो उसमें क्या करते हैं? This is like you have to go somewhere for a few days. And वहां पे वो first 5 to 7 days, they make you just be with yourself. You are not in contact with anybody. आप अकेले हैं and you're resting and all your thoughts are coming to your head. You're just listening to yourself. अपने सारे thoughts को ध्यान देना है कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं, क्या problem आ रही है मेरे को. So you're away, cut off from the general public. You're cut off from your family, everything, and you're totally alone for 5 to 7 days. After that, जब आप बोर हो जाते हो अकेले रह के, then they give you a very little occupational therapy. कोई छोटा सा काम आपको देते हैं, something like a walk in the garden, or you are given a little activity, but you're still alone. You're still alone. But you have been taken out of that room, और आप थोड़ा सा in connection आ रहे हो आसपास, but you're on your own, right? उसके बाद, now you're still not allowed to talk to anybody here. So that occupational therapy, no, here you're allowed to talk only to your therapist. जो आपसे बात कर रहा है, उससे आप फिर भी बात कर सकते हो कि आज मुझे कैसा फील हुआ. यहाँ पे आप किसी से बात नहीं कर सकते. यहाँ पे you can talk to the person who's helping you. Then in the occupational, the next 5 to 7 days, then आपको कुछ थोड़ा सा और better occupation देते हैं, like gardening, painting, writing, something which you're good at. And here you're allowed to talk to your fellow friends who are there, but who are only about those activities. और कोई बात नहीं करना है. इतना. Then धीरे-धीरे, when you have, developed some kind of a activity, then you are returned to the real life. Then you can come out from there, and then they teach you meditation. So this helps a person analyze himself, what he is good at, वो क्या कर सकता है. तो वो थोड़ा सा negativity से it takes us away and help us. This Nikan जो मैंने बोला, this was also developed by a Zen master. Do not follow the idea of others, but learn to listen to the voice within yourself. तो हमें हर एक का अपना what you say purpose है. ये नहीं कि अरे सब लोग क्या कर रहे हैं तो मैं भी वो करूंगा. Not like that. कि आज की डेट में everybody is becoming सबका अपना स्टार्टअप हो रहा है, मैं भी करूंगा. ऐसे नहीं. You have to first see कि what are you good at. Maybe that was not made for you. So Nikan reflection में basically this focuses more on relationships. ठीक है. So हमारे relationships आपस में बात करके how we can come out from any conflicts which are what we are feeling. So this one reflects more on relationships. So इसके भी 3 questions पे वो ponder कराता है. What have I received from this person? What have I given to that person? ठीक है. एंड व्हाट हैव आई कॉज सफरिंग टू दिस पर्सन. समटाइम्स हम सिर्फ अपने पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करते रहते हैं कि हमारी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, हमें प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. Okay, it's almost 8, but I'll finish it off in another 5 minutes. So these are the 3 basic questions he makes a person write answers to. आपकी अगर किसी के साथ भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है, कोई फ्रेंड, कोई स्पाउस, पार्टनर, whatever, child, reflect on these questions. Okay, and then make a self assessment. अपना इंट्रोस्पेक्शन है. What have I received or being supported for today? हमें किसी से क्या मिला? What have I done for others? मैंने किसी के लिए क्या किया? Right? And what troubles has my existence created for others? मैंने दूसरे को कैसे हर्ट किया या मैंने कैसे प्रॉब्लम की? तो अगर हम इन पॉइंट्स के ऊपर थोड़ा सा रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे, we will definitely find something to do, something to love, and something to hope for, which is the 3 grand essentials according to Ikigai to happiness in this life. So this finishes the 3rd chapter also. And now in the 4th one, it is finding your Ikigai. Now we are going to go deeper and concentrate on separate points like diet कैसी रखनी है, if we have to find our Ikigai. हमें मतलब exercise क्या करनी है. So हमें अपने फ्री टाइम में अपनी ग्रोथ करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, so that we find happiness in whatever we are doing, and we are able to then pinpoint something which could be our life's purpose as of now. Okay, so I've finished this here and I'm stopping the sharing. Okay, any comments? Anything that you did not understand or I went very fast? See, basically, I want you to read the book. So I'm just touching the points which, which were of interest to me. There could be something which I have not covered, which could be of interest to you. So the other chapters, I'm just giving you the titles. First is the Master of Longevity, means how we master it. So उन लोग की diet कैसी थी, right? तो उनकी movements, वो किस type की activities करते थे, which help them to find their own Ikigai and live a longer life. So करते करते eventually it's going to be a little more practical. And now next week के बाद we are going to be interacting more. We will share our secrets, our own secrets. For example, I can share what kind of diet I take so that I feel very energetic throughout the day. You can tell me yours. So we will just share and make our own guidelines at what can help me. Okay. And मेरी जो भी मेरी problem है उसके अंदर ये इसमें से क्या fit होता है. So we'll try to make our own practical guide of how we are going to take care of our life ahead. Okay.
हाँ जी. क्वेश्चन पूछना है. Like you said, 3 essentials आपने बोला कि to love, to do things for others, and something to hope for, है ना?
Yeah.
अब like I go to satsang regularly. Morning में मैंने meditation के बाद आपसे एक question पूछा था कि भाई GGM वगैरह और this वाले meditation से I have attached now, but I have been to satsang for long time. ठीक है? और उसमें हम ये सब already we are doing, like हो रहा है हमसे. लेकिन कुछ कंडीशंस ऐसी आ जाती हैं जिसका आपके ऊपर इफेक्ट पड़ता है. तो उसमें फिर मुझे क्या करना है, लाइक जो मेरा ऑफिस का भी चल रहा है, लाइक आई वाज ड्यू फॉर अ प्रमोशन, वो मेरा हो भी गया इन पेपर्स, एंड देन सडनली माय बॉस रियलाइज कि नहीं ये तो कुछ गलत हो गया, एंड देन ही स्टार्टेड मूविंग द फाइल्स इन रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन. लाइक आई गॉट इट बट बाय रूल, नॉट लाइक दैट कि मुझे कुछ गलत मिल रहा था या जो भी कुछ था. तो ठीक है, मैंने उनको भी टाइम दे दिया. ही स्टार्टेड मूविंग द फाइल्स, लेकिन मेरे को अंदर में अब एक इनसिक्योर फीलिंग आ रही है. वो मुझे क्यों आ रही है?
सी वो इसलिए आ रही है क्योंकि अभी आप उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. लाइक व्हाटएवर हैज हैपेंड टू यू, यू आर नॉट एबल टू एक्सेप्ट इट. इन मेडिटेशन हम ना ये जो छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है ना, इनको अपने ऊपर इतना डोंट लेट देम पुट सो मच ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन यू कि आपकी थिंकिंग में क्लैरिटी में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है आपको, है ना?
हाँ जी.
हाँ, तो आई एम श्योर योर बॉस मस्ट हैव हैड सम रीजन, some reason. आपको you have to cut him some slack कि उनका कुछ तो reason रहा होगा कि why he changed his decision.
उनका रीजन ये रहा क्योंकि जब से हमें मिला ये मतलब थ्रू गवर्नमेंट 6 पे कमीशन में, तब से उनको लग रहा था कि ये ठीक नहीं है, बट इट वाज ठीक, मतलब वो ठीक ही था, एज पर गवर्नमेंट गाइडलाइंस था, उसके सारे ऑर्डर्स भी हैं उसके हिसाब से। लेकिन जैसे कोई कहता है ना कि अपनी ईगो पे आ जाता है कि भाई ये मेरे से ज्यादा कैसे, समथिंग लाइक दैट।
मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं,
हाँ जी,
नॉर्मली जब हमें दूसरे में कोई भी चीज गलत लग रही होती ना, मुझे भी, आई एम ऑल्सो इन अ प्रोफेशन, मुझे भी
हाँ
कई
जी,
लोगों के साथ ऐसे लगता था कि दिस पर्सन हैज अ प्रॉब्लम विद मी.
हाँ हाँ।
ओके,
नहीं मैम, उनको
बट
मेरे से प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जो मेरी कैटेगरी, लाइक आई एम पब्लिक हेल्थ नर्सिंग ऑफिसर, ठीक
ओके,
है, तो उनको ये लग रहा है कि इस कैटेगरी के लोगों को, अब उनके पास सिर्फ मेरी फाइल है, मेरे जैसे बहुत सारे, वी आर मैनी बट इन डिफरेंट जोन्स वी आर वर्किंग, बट मेरी फाइल सिर्फ उनके पास है। तो उनको ऐसे लगता है, शुरू से लगता था, आई डोंट नो, मेरे को लगा था कि शायद इतने सालों में फीलिंग चेंज हो गई होगी, बिकॉज आफ्टर दैट सो मेनी ऑर्डर्स केम रिलेटिंग टू दैट,
ओके.
है
तो
ना।
यहाँ पे see, the only
हम्म,
what I can share with you is with my own personal experience
हाँ
that
जी,
we have to somewhere surrender and accept that whatever is happening has something good coming up for us, maybe little
ओके
later.
ओके
अगर आप ये मान लेंगे ना तो आप इतने ज्यादा स्ट्रेस में नहीं आएंगे. Whatever is happening, maybe it is for some good in the future. Now,
ओके,
let us not attach too much of importance to
या वही मेरे से हो रहा है,
the
मैं उसको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस दे रही हूँ कि
हाँ.
भाई जैसे वो मेरी नई फाइल कोई बना के कहीं भेज रहे हैं, तो मेरा ध्यान उधर ही जा रहा है कि कहाँ भेज रहे हैं, क्यों, हालांकि मेरे को अंदर में पता है वो कहीं भी भेजेंगे, ही विल गेट द बेस्ट आंसर।
That's what I'm saying. When you have done your bit, आपने अपना काम सिंसेरिटी से करा हुआ है,
हाँ जी,
right? तो आपको ये तो एक्सेप्ट करना ही है कि सी नो वन कैन मेस अप विद व्हाट यू हैव डन गुड. जो आपने अच्छा किया उसके साथ कोई भी गड़बड़ नहीं कर सकता है, राइट?
हाँ जी,
जो भी आपका रिकॉर्ड है, नो वन कैन चेंज दैट रिकॉर्ड फॉर यू. ठीक है ना,
दैट
वो तो
आई
सेम
थिंक, बट
रहेगा.
हाँ, बट वो मेरी सर्विस बुक के साथ बहुत दिन से लगातार, लाइक एक जैसे होता है ना, मतलब कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में मेरी सर्विस बुक एंड 2 people आर सिटिंग ओवर देयर विद दोस बुक्स, सो अब आई डोंट थिंक दे कैन डू एनीथिंग विद द सर्विस बुक, दे शुड नॉट डू, because this is a government record.
Yes, they cannot, and they will not also. They will not,
Yeah.
because you also know, in the government sector especially, you know, it is more strict than what it is in the private sector.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
any
Yeah.
tiny thing happens in the file, it can have a repercussion on their future, this thing, not
Yeah.
only till they're in service, even after their service.
Yes. Yes.
You're
Yes.
understanding what I'm saying? They
Yes.
can
Yes.
they can ruin their career even after they have retired. So
Yes.
nobody will do that. Nobody will do that. वो जितना भी बाहर से शो करेंगे, nobody can do that without any evidence, without any supporting this thing. वो कर नहीं सकते, ना वो करेंगे. They are just intimidating you. Intimidating का मतलब होता है वो आपको जैसे डराना होता है ना किसी को कि अपने प्रेशर के नीचे, और आप प्रेशर के नीचे आ रहे हैं. सर, इंटिमिडेटर भी तभी तक कर सकता है जब आप उसको रिस्पॉन्स दे रहे हैं. दिस इज द इंटिमिडेटर जो आपको डरा रहा है, एंड दिस इज यू जो एक इंटिमिडेट हो रहा है, जो एक पुअर मी में आ रहा है.
हाँ
पुअर
जी,
मी,
हाँ.
an
Yes. Yes.
intimidator
Yes.
and a poor me goes hand in hand. Okay? Intimidator is sucking your energy, और आप पुअर मी बन के यू आर ट्राइंग टू सक एनर्जी फ्रॉम अदर्स की सबके सामने आप एक पुअर मी बनते हैं, तो पीपल कंसोल यू, पीपल टॉक टू यू, तो यू फील लिटिल बेटर. तो ये एक रिलेशनशिप है. तो वी हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट बाय सरेंडरिंग एंड एक्सेप्टिंग द सिचुएशन एज ऑफ नाउ. आप मेडिटेशन अब करते हैं तो आपका धीरे धीरे ये फेथ बढ़ना चाहिए दैट वॉट एवर इज हैपनिंग इन योर लाइफ इज फॉर द गुड समहाउ.
Yes. Okay.
ओके, तो वहां पे ऐसे डेवस्टेट नहीं हो जाना कि ये मेरे साथ क्या हो गया. ठीक है. सो जस्ट कम आउट ऑफ इट एंड डोंट गिव सो मच ऑफ एनर्जी टू दैट. हम अपनी सारी एनर्जी, जैसे मैं बोलती हूँ ना, इट्स नॉट क्रिएटेड और डिस्ट्रॉयड. आपने मेडिटेशन की, आप सत्संग अटेंड करते हैं या टॉकिंग टू गुड
हाँ
पीपल,
जी.
तो आपके पास इतनी सारी एनर्जी आई. अब वो सारी की सारी एनर्जी आप
Yes.
इसी में
Yes.
डाल रहे
Yes.
हैं कि वो बंद कमरे में क्या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं मेरे बारे में.
Yes. Yes. वही
Let's
मेरे
just
साथ
let
हो
it
रहा
be.
है.
हाँ, तो that is not your कहते हैं ना, that is not your take. आपको उसमें नहीं घुसना कि वो क्या बात करे. आपने अपना काम डिलीजेंटली करना है और उस एनर्जी को किसी और अपनी चीज में यूटिलाइज करना है जिससे आपको बेनिफिट हो.
ठीक है मैम.
जो at the end of the day we have to give ourselves more important than अभी आप उनको importance ज्यादा दे रहे हैं.
Yes, मैं उन्हीं के लिए बोलती रहती हूँ, like वो 5 होनोपोनो उनके लिए करती
stop doing
रहती हूँ.
that. This topic को आप backstage रख दो, क्योंकि अभी आपको ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Just let it be कि कुछ तो इसमें अच्छा होगा, ये सोच के just तो जो चीज समझ में मुझे भी नहीं आती ना, I just keep it backstage now. पहले मैं उसके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा anxious हो जाती थी, ये क्यों हुआ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ऐसा क्यों. But उससे क्या हो रहा है, we are sapping our own energy.
वही
ठीक है, वही जैसे मैं फाइट एंड फ्लाइट बोलती हूँ, हम उसी मोड में रह रहे हैं और हम अपनी बाकी चीजें खराब कर रहे हैं.
ऐसे मेरे को जस्ट चक इट. उनके पास चली जाऊं और उनसे प्यार से पूछूं कि सर अच्छा बताओ कहाँ प्रॉब्लम है, क्या दिक्कत है, shall I do that? No. नहीं,
see that only when you have that equation. अभी आपका वो
मेरी पर्सनल लड़ाई कुछ नहीं है, पर्सनल लड़ाई कुछ नहीं. अगर मैं जाके उनके पास रूम में जाऊंगी तो आराम से बात शायद कर लेंगे, पर उसके बाद मैं गई नहीं हूँ.
So you can just see, if you want, you can just have a conversation that way कि where all do you think I'm lacking, where do you think I have to improve. उस वजह से अगर आप बात करते हैं with your senior, that might come to some kind of a consensus.
Yes, ठीक है. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so should we just wind up here, or anybody wants to share anything now? किसी और का कुछ है problem? चलो. So these are my regular ones who are already still there. So please continue with your meditation, and yes, we will definitely find our Ikigai, okay, which can keep changing. As I'm saying, it changes. So don't worry about that. At the end of the day, we have to be happy and we have to feel fulfilled. That's it. तो जितना हम लोगों की एनर्जी में कम इंटैंगल होंगे, we'll be very happy. जहां पे भी आपका अगर नहीं हो रही है ट्यूनिंग, back off. Just take a backstage. And the golden rule, जो चीज खुद समझ में नहीं आए, always think it has some purpose. This is not being, I'm not procrastinating or something कि मैं ये end of the day मैं बोल रही हूँ मेरी किस्मत है. I'm not saying किस्मत. I'm saying it has a deeper meaning, which you will come to know once you have gained that much of knowledge. The knowledge की lacking है, lack of awareness है. We don't have that knowledge कि ये क्यों हो रहा है मेरे साथ, है ना? तो उसकी वो हमें पता कैसे चलेगा? Only when we increase our knowledge slowly, bit by bit, by going through all these masters who have written these lovely books for us. And I would like to share here, once we finish Ikigai, we are going to revise our Bhagavad Gita once again. भगवत गीता एक ही बारी पढ़ने की चीज नहीं है कि एक बार आपने रीड कर ली like a novel or a story book and it's over. We need to reflect. We need to ponder over those selected shlokas again and again, starting right from chapter 1, basically chapter 2, but we will just touch chapter 1. Chapter 1 is just giving the scene. So ये Ikigai खत्म करने के बाद we will be revising the Bhagavad Gita again, pondering now more on the selected shlokas which can help us find our Ikigai, which can help us to find the purpose of our life, which will help us to take and accept the problems which are coming in our life with a little bit more of grit, perseverance, and resilience. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a lovely Sunday, everyone. And yeah, keep meditating. I hope you people are doing it every day. Some of you are doing it only on Sundays. That will not be enough. Okay? So, okay.